what I had to do.
Where does that come from? That confidence and that belief that you need to make an investment and take on some risk to see greater rewards? Because I think, consultants in many cases tend to be a little bit more on the conservative side, right? We
Mhm.
tend to want things to be perfect before taking action. Yet when you break down how you create success, it's through taking action, not through having everything perfectly planned out. And taking action without having everything planned out, pretty much means that you have to take on some risk, because you won't know what works until you actually go out and do that. For you, how did you overcome that? And especially, making an investment into marketing, whether
Yes.
it's securing a room, buying a list, doing all that stuff. And that is an investment. You don't know how it will work until you actually do it. How did you think about it? I'd love you just if you could like walk through your kind of decision making process or filtering process around that, because so often consultants hesitate to invest into actual marketing, right?
Hmm.
And they try and do everything that before they actually have to make an investment. But oftentimes, making the investment into marketing is the fastest way to see greater results. So, what was that experience like for you?
Well, first of all, you never stop marketing. If you're in business for yourself as a consultant, that's my opinion.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
agree.
there's a day where I can say I've arrived. So now the marketing has evolved. But when I think back, you asked me where it came from. And the simple answer is I think it is definitely in my genes. My
Mm-hmm.
parents were risk takers. My father was a risk taker extraordinaire. So my message to your audience would be that I learned early the difference between a calculated risk and an outrageous risk. And taking calculated risk, putting everything into perspective, thinking logically, am I going to end up out on the street? Would I take that much of a risk? We're
Right.
not going to starve. And there are things that you can do. As I mentioned, you can get funding, you can get support. Today, there are so many ways to get funding for a business and to make it a case. And you can absolutely go down those roads too. I didn't know about those. I don't know if they existed at that time, but I was ready to do it. And it's really more about your mindset than anything else. And I think we all know that.
You're, you're,
So
you're speaking
yes.
my language. I mean, I